Hi, my friends and family. This is Trey, and today I'm talking about how the narcissist actually prepares you for death's spin cycle. We call it Saturn Moon Matrix when they try to force you to reincarnate into a slave family after death. It's exactly, God acts exactly the same as the narcissist does to you in your life, that narcissistic person. So in part one, I briefly mentioned how they coerced me into dependency, and I was always planning to try to use nature to heal anyway. So I finally accepted, and so that's part of why they also I questioned Yahweh in the video. So I said that the CIA employees had asked how I dare I question Yahweh. Well, how dare humanity not question violent junior gods who've created the prison planet? Okay, look what's happening in Israel now, man. Do you think the citizens of Israel or Palestine deserve that? Well, they're living on the Stargate that these ETs are fighting over, because these several different factions of Anunnaki, according to Indigo Angel, the Elohim or Yahweh, junior gods, are trying to fight over it. That's what she says. I don't know. Sure, I need to learn marketing skills and perhaps use a cell phone if I want to properly use YouTube to make a thumbnail, because they insist. And I'm with Elena Freeland on that. I don't think it's a good idea. I think these things are extremely harmful. Check back on my video where I wrapped a sign around my head that said, "Microwaves don't belong here." That was pretty much the height of my acting a little kooky toward the secret government censorship right there. Because I tried to make my own signs and they wouldn't let me use them, so I wrapped it around my head. So, yeah, I'll admit I got to learn. I'm a new boy. I've only been on the online thing for a year. I'm a new boy here, even though had this suit, almost 46 solar returns. I'm a new boy on the YouTube uploading and all that. Even after I'm a new old boy, even after 410 of these transmissions. So it's really hard, when you have to tell the world these things, and it helps to be a crazy person in the forest in a tent, actually. It helps to be the grandson of a 33-degree Freemason and in a tent, because it's like, well, we'll just hide these videos. It's okay. So I would like it if they didn't hide. I'd like it if Neil Mohan and the CIA guys there would just stop, just take the shadow ban off without me doing anything, because I've proven myself after 400 videos that I'm serious about being a spiritual teacher. Okay, I'm not joking. I've been studying healing for 30 years, and I've taught a lot of it here in the last year. It's not a joke. I'm not doing this just to give it away to Russians. Like, really, I know they think that I'm that dumb. I'm giving it away to all because I respect humanity. Okay, YouTube, it seems like they my old narcissistic personality disorder that I've always had tiny bits of it, more when I was younger, trying to live out my dream fiercely. Came out to California to live out my dream. And so it seems like the shadow government, the CIA and NSA agents at YouTube are really, they want to evoke this, pretend like I'm talking to a mirror. And it reminds me of the story of the Velveteen Rabbit. Like, when I'm willing to give all this wisdom and love that I have in my music, put all my music online. And before I got shadow banned, I was enjoying sharing it with the world, and then it's like, oh, I'm just talking into a black hole. And also because a lot of my local friends here in Santa Cruz and my family have suffered with the narcissism thing, so it's just they're going to say, I don't have time. They're not going to be willing to learn from me, you know? So, but the truth is really sad. If you must know, the official God is just like a soulless AI, narcissistic, psychotic program. And that's why obedience and loyalty to the death culture, dogma, and war and censorship and controllers' rules will always lead you to directly reincarnate after Lucifer's crew, wipe all of your memories, and the Syrian junior god, Yahweh, Lucifer, and all of the rest, whatever name you want to call it, the Elohim, Enki. Loyalty is their number one thing because they don't really have any respect. They just use you as energy, so it's a war machine. The whole thing's a war machine. After Lucifer's crews wipe all of your memories that have either been erased or destroyed, think of all the great wisdom and inventions and truth. Because I'd wanted to be more of a victim, even though I've healed several deadly diseases. And it seemed like I was getting basically no feedback on this channel, like a few comments. Because sometimes they'll scrub my comments. Or they'll say, no, that wasn't a real person that did it, and they'll delete it. Suspicious comments. Only the anti-life CIA employees around YouTube who love to copy Lucifer would try this, okay? That's the reality. As Mark Passio said, you could just say they're Nazis. They don't have respect, you know? So I love YouTube for it's just like USA. I love it on the surface level, but when you go into the roots, it's like, well, hey, what does it really stand for? Well, let's respect the part of it that's good. Let's respect the open part of it that's openly good, but censorship is not good. Once again, it's actually the opposite. My peaceful victories cannot be shared. Harmlessness cannot become popular. This is why YouTube doesn't want to support me for real, is because I preach harmlessness. I killed illnesses with nature. I preach respect. I preach discernment. And those things were never going to be promoted in the mainstream. I would have to have degrees and books out for YouTube to allow me to make a penny off those ideas. The truth is, in the end, no matter how many lifetimes it takes, how much suffering you have to go through, you're going to have to face the fact that you don't need God. God needs you. He needs you, not the real original creator, this patriarchal junior God, the demiurge, Lucifer, Yahweh, the Elohim. The patriarchal God needs you to feed on. I don't need YouTube. I need more self-care and discipline, to have my own website, to have the discernment to take care of my own thing online. The war machine, but although I'm very thankful for YouTube, don't get me wrong, I bless the whole YouTube with my presence. I bless them. I love YouTube, but I also cannot respect what the dark side does. The war machine must prevail, whether it's through fake weather, making it 20 degrees colder, for example, right now, war, rent, institutional coercion and control, or just your plain old ordinary myopic narcissistic psychopath loser can do more than any other people or situations to prepare you for the matrix reincarnation spin cycle. If you can handle it, if you can get out of it, if you can somehow get your way out of that and heal through that, you'll probably have a good idea of how to deal with it when God is trying to terrify you into reincarnating, as scary as that's going to be. A good example of this from the spiritual readings of yesteryear was that Carlos Castaneda story about how, I think it might have been one of the first books, Don Juan. It was a story about when he was a young man, he was offered this great job with great benefits, and it was a farm, and they were going to hook him up with all this stuff and food and perks, and they probably gave him booze. But it was a slave farm, and they trapped him in slave work. And he was trapped there. And so Don Juan figured out how to escape, and I think he might have even, exposed him to the world. The person, blew the whistle on the man being a slaver, and but the only way he could do that is similar to some scriptures in the Bible were actually good. Be ye wiser than serpents and gentler than doves. He had to be very observant and wise, and he figured out how to overturn the tyrant and escape. Okay. So a narcissist a really horrible narcissistic predator, if you can get out of that situation, can really help you get ready for what it's like. It's so sad that we have to go through this, man, It's been going on for millions of years, too, and the moon is where it's going to happen, okay? So, supposedly, I believe it. There's no other reason why it even should be there, to make our tides get, gnarly. So, this crazy narcissist friend of yours is going to prepare you for the Matrix reincarnation spin cycle if you can figure it out, because it's exactly the same. A vampire loser behind it all. He will say, you weren't obedient enough. You were blasphemous. That's what they're going to say to me, obviously. Try to fill you with guilt. Fill you with Lucifer's sick ideas and convince you need more punishment. That's what the whole thing's about. Look at it. Fear, the medical mafia lockdown, all the religions of the Western religions. Fear, fear, fear. You need more punishment. You need more pedophiles, more slavery. You must go back to a slave family. But if you want to have a future beside that, you're going to need the discernment, the discipline, the harmlessness, and the self-respect. And those are things that a lot of folks, at least one or two of those things, a lot of folks don't want to deal with. And so, if you enjoyed this, click on the notification bell for more videos and subscribe. Follow me on Odyssey if you want to go deeper into the realm of the mind control and the technical weaponry used against us here in this war, and the red pill of all, if you're ready for more complex indoctrination that I can't talk about on YouTube. And you know what? I think anybody watching or listening to this now, there's a possibility that maybe you can create a beautiful day. Love you, folks. Love all of you.